What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Okay. Let's see here, shall we? Are we live? Yes, indeed, we are. Okay. Boom. Dope. How we doing? Welcome back. MJS Daily Recap. September 10th. 2020. All right. Let's dive into this. Had a pretty good day. Excited to share it with y'all. And yeah, let's do that, jazz. All right. Okay. First thing I did was I finished AM and PM 25. I had to do some like descriptions and stuff like that. It's a whole process. I want to make videos and all sorts of content on all the stuff that I do, but I'm too busy doing the things that I'm doing currently. So we're working on it. But finished AM and the PM 25, got it published. You should go look at it. And I'm really enjoying the stuff that I'm doing here when I'm like making the links. Like every night I just come on here and I just post the links to the things. So we're going to keep doing that. So there you go. Go check this website out. It's amandthepmpodcast.com. That is our website for the podcast. And then if you're feeling particularly frisky, this is dope. I really enjoy the way that I did this website. I do not have to touch anything and just automatically uploads all this shit. I'm a wizard. But we did a 4-year anniversary special, and it's available on all podcasting platforms as well as YouTube. Maybe I should try to do something cool with YouTube now that we have YouTube videos, because I built that site before we had YouTube videos. That's an idea. This episode only has 8 views, so y'all should watch this. Not right now, not with me, but in your spare time. I will give you the link to that as well. Oh shit, there you go. So those are the links to the AM and the PM website, as well as the most recent episode. So go check that out. Please subscribe. Maybe subscribe. Never look at it again. I don't care. Just help us out. But seriously though, if you have a partner or you like relationship talks and advice and just things that we've gone through, it's a good podcast. I would highly recommend it. Tell your friends, and go subscribe and all that jazz. So I did that, and then I also promoted AM and PM 25. So that's on. I kind of think that I'm pretty good at branding things. I mean, I try to be all across the board. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine. We put it out there. We put it on the platforms, and then we share it out to our friend base and stuff like that. So if you saw that, make sure to give it a like. Just check it out or something. I want to do more clips, like just clips of the things that we have going on. Like, so you take a 2-hour episode or a 1-hour episode and you clip it up into a couple different things and you post those as separate videos. It's not happening yet. One day, maybe soon. I don't know, but yeah. So we did that. Just want to make sure. Okay, good. So we did that, and then a big thing today was we filmed FBP 57. So just so everybody knows, because we're still linking things, and that is always fun. Make sure you go check out these links. So that's Fueled by Progress site again. There's nothing really here too much just yet. But this is the YouTube channel, which I would recommend you subscribe to, because we put out a lot of good stuff here. And yeah, we put out an episode yesterday, and then, like I said, we filmed the 57th episode. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Special guest. They're all special, but this one was a really good talk. I'm happy with it. Had a lot of fun, and it'll be released next Wednesday. So make sure you look at that. But it was a really good time, and there's a lot of great opportunities that could come from it, and just like more people to bring into the community, because I think that is that opportunity spelled right? Yeah. It doesn't matter. But what I was going to say was that what we are doing with FBP specifically is we're bringing in a lot of people to have talks with us and, build this catalog of episodes and conversations, and just increase the people that like and can kind of relate to the brand in a sense. There are a lot of people that we can have really good conversations with, and we can continue to expand it and build like a community and just do all this stuff around it. And we can do that by networking with the guests that we already have. So I think that there are some big opportunities from today and a lot of other things. Truthfully, I got another message from somebody today that is affiliated with some of our guests, and they want to be on the show as well. So it's just exciting to see more and more people, when you consistently put out content like this, gravitate to the stuff and just want to be a part of it. So I'm very excited, and I think we're moving pretty good on that. So again, I'd like to do the same thing there with the clips. I think that would help. Definitely post them on social a little bit more and kind of get a little more engagement, because not everybody wants to. Whoops, I don't know what I just did there. Not everybody wants to watch like 2-hour episodes. I get that. It's not really me, but I mean, I do enjoy like a good episode like that. But we will continue to do our best. That's all we can do. So yeah, but that's going great. I'm very happy with that. Played some hockey. We lost. Terrible game by me. So, oh well, shit happens. And then have just like some other like extra thoughts that little small things that happened today. Nothing crazy. Like I said, that was a big part of it. I was almost a 2-hour episode, and we kind of took care of some other things, and I want to take care of a few things here. Maybe after I get off the stream, maybe work on the website and stuff, because there are things that I need to get done, and I really want to do a bunch of things. And I know tonight, to some degree, and tomorrow is going to be a really good opportunity. So we will see what ultimately transpires there. But I want to talk about these extra things because there's kind of just, again, random things that happen, and I just like to share them. And this isn't like the greatest forum, because there's no way that you could like search and find the answer to this question baked in here, but what the fuck, so I don't care. Use mainstream shit when it makes sense. The reason, I'll give you the example. Somebody was like, I came across this thing today, and somebody is like using something that is, it was a calendar. Okay, it's a silly example, but I'll just give the example. You don't know the person or anything like that. I don't even know the person really. But like, I saw this example. Somebody was using a calendar that wasn't like Google Calendar, wasn't Apple, calendar solution. It's some sort of other product, okay? And it doesn't really matter what it is or whatever. But all I'm saying is that, in my opinion, take this or leave this, but like, when you have the opportunity to use something that is like relatively universal and other people are going to be able to integrate well with it, especially if you're like in any sort of like collaborative industry, like business or anything like that. If it's just you, then who the fuck cares? But like, even I've just learned this, like when you try to make things more cohesive and more and add more continuity into your life gets a whole fucking lot easier. Let me just give you an example. And maybe it's like ignorance on the part of like you don't know because you're not in this tech space, or you're not in this. So I'm not like getting upset at people. I'm not like, hating on people. I'm just saying that, like, as a general rule of thumb, I'll give you a perfect example. Similar to the calendar thing, I use Google Calendar. I use Google Calendar for all of the businesses. I use Google Calendar for personal. I use it for shared calendar between me and Amanda. It works great. Like, it's on my phone. It's on my computer. It's on, my other laptop. Like, it's on everywhere, right? It's just anywhere that I need it, boom. It's like a little widget thing. It syncs. It's great, okay? I use Google Keep, okay? That's what I use. This is Google Keep right here. That's what this is, right? You can see Keep up here, right? And no, don't. I was triggering the word on the phone. You don't do that. I use a G. We'll just use G term from now on. G Pixel. Okay, as my phone. She's beautiful, right? I'm really bought into the Google thing. Okay. Now, you don't have to buy into the Google thing. That's not what I'm saying. A lot of people are bought into the Apple thing. All I'm saying is that I would recommend that you look at things that are right in front of you and integrate with the stuff that you already have, because it's going to make a better experience. One of the biggest changes that I made in my life that positively impacted just my productivity and the way that I do things is I don't keep anything like on my computer anymore. I keep it in Google Drive. So if I need a file, okay, if I have like a file that's like, has like my gear on it or something like that. It's in Google Drive. So that means that it's accessible online on my phone, on my computer, on my laptop, wherever. So that's all I mean is like, don't try to go against the grain just for the sake of going against the grain. Like if there's something that you really need, then yeah, but don't be an asshole, and try to like use something just because it's different. Personal opinion, take it or leave it. But that's, I just know that my life has been positively impacted from just kind of like utilizing the things that are making themselves known. And that doesn't mean that you have to just like, bow down to these big companies because they normally have that sort of stuff like Apple, Google, but it does honestly make a better experience for you as a user, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts. The next thing that's funny is I'm absolutely god awful at explaining it is what I do. Now, I did make a video because I had this problem, and it is right here on the homepage of my website, and like you can see if you go here and you can see it here and everything like that. And you can it's on my YouTube channel, obviously. So this is like a pretty decent explanation, but it's dated. Like if you scroll here, like, so it has Find It Tech, it has Samansky Media, it has Fuel by Progress, it has Zenith. I haven't really done a lot with Zenith, and like AM and the PM is missing. Like it's a good explanation, but it's not like it's not the greatest, and it's 30 minutes. So it's just like difficult. What I mean is like I got the question today, and I get the question a lot. It's like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I have 2 podcasts. I'm trying to start a clothing brand on one of those. I build websites, and I talk about business and financial and marketing and all that sort of content on these outlets, these MJS outlets. I know what I'm doing. I'm just terrible at explaining it in a very condensed sense. I thought that was a pretty actually decent attempt. But for some reason, when I get asked that question, I have no idea. Because like, I just feel subconsciously that money needs to be like kind of somehow intertwined into that answer. Not like I need to say how much money I'm making, and honestly, I'm not making much from this stuff. And I say that a lot on these streams. But what I mean is like, it's like, oh, what do you do? I am a doctor. I am a farmer. Like it's like I am a something. And I don't know, it's just been hard for me because that is always what I've heard from people when they give answers, and that's not really what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a bunch of fucking shit, and I'm trying to, work on it and build it all up, and then I think that it's absolutely going to be worth it because all of these things have their own way of monetizing and their own way of just increasing the opportunities that I can have in many different lanes. So I know it's worth it. It just takes time. And in this interim period, it's very difficult to explain stuff. It's very difficult to like talk about just the stuff that's kind of going on in like a person to person sense, if that makes sense. Like whenever somebody like asks you that question. So just need to get better at that, I think, but might come with time. Last thing is I've gotten some web dev opportunities, and I have such a fucking love-hate relationship with web development. And I talk about it too much, but when it's pertinent and when it's like right, when it's pertinent to the times, I guess you could say, and like I'm actually getting things. Like there's times when, and there has been for months, where it's like I was just working on my own stuff, and it's like I wasn't prospecting for jobs, I wasn't looking for anything, and like prospecting for web dev jobs and websites and stuff, and it's like, okay, this is fine. I don't mind not having things to do. I have more than enough things to do on my list. Like I have more than enough things that I want to do and that I'm working on for myself and stuff like that. I'm definitely in no need of like extra work. But, they do provide like a very, one-to-one sense of income. It's like I give you a website, you give me money type of thing. When all of this other stuff does not do that at all yet. It's like I need to literally work my ass off for 1,000 subscribers on these channels, and then I start making money from an ad revenue sense, just for one example. There's other ways you can make money on podcasts and stuff like that, but that's what I mean, is that you don't make money generally in these areas until you have an audience, and that's what I'm trying to build, and I think it's working. I know that I'm getting more of a network. I just need to continue to find the target audience, and that is just it's always a struggle no matter what you do, because it's difficult to find those people. But back to the web dev thing, we gotten some opportunities, and I need to decide what to prioritize. Like, truthfully, I could probably do all the stuff that I'm doing, but at the same time, though, like, it's a lot of fucking work. Like, I have to, like, pretty much one day is spent editing AM and the PM of the week. This is another thing. I don't know how to time manage it all. So I need to figure out, like, actually what my week looks like right now, because I tried, like, 3 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, to put into place, and it was on one of these notes. Like, I tried to put into place, like, what my week would look like, right? So what that means is, like, okay, well, I wanted Monday to be finance and business administration, Tuesday to be filming, Wednesday to be editing, Thursday to be something, like something like that. Or Tuesday was like web development, and then just like kind of go down the line. That didn't happen at all, because I changed the way that I wanted to do podcasts, and I changed the ways, and we haven't been doing really any YouTube videos other than these ones that go on the channel. So, excuse me. So, like, there was ton of changes, and then it just kind of evolved. Now, I think that the schedule that I'm on now is pretty good, and I might be able to do something and maybe buy a little bit of time back if I got some help and stuff like that. But I don't know. I got this other question. It's like, two people, like a couple of people asked me, like, what's your time management like, or how have you been, how much do you actually work? Like how much time do you dedicate to these things? And I can't fucking answer that question. Like, I just feel like I'm always working, and that's probably not the case, because I do other things. I play hockey, I hang out with Amanda, I go out to eat, like, I do these things. So maybe I'm just a big fucking liar, and I don't actually work as much as I do. But I feel like I do, because I'm tired as fuck when I edit all these videos, and I promote them all, and I film them all, and I'm in them all. It's like, it's ridiculous, like the amount of steps. I'm literally the whole show on both of these podcasts, plus these live streams, plus trying to build my own sites, plus trying to potentially build other people's websites. So it's crazy. And I love it all, and I enjoy it. I'm just trying to navigate it, in a sense. I'm trying to button it all up and get it moved into a better, like, package almost, so I can ultimately just continue to scale, because this is not how you make a lot of money and be very successful doing it all yourself. I mean, yeah, there's a period of time where you have to do that, but I don't know. If I was only doing one thing, it would be a little different. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and the web development opportunities. In the last 2 or 3 days, I've gotten one job that's probably going to happen, another job that I could probably make happen if I want, and then another job that was just kind of like hinted at, like it might happen. So there's that. And then also, again, in addition to all my other stuff that I need to try to finish up here. And yeah, so I don't know. We definitely have enough work. We're just trying to navigate it all, like I said. And I am in this point now. I've almost created a problem for myself that I did not want to create. And this is probably the last thing I'll say tonight, is in my past experience when I was at another job, it's very hard to scale when you're stuck. What I mean is, when you have to do a list we'll say, right? And you have a schedule. If your schedule, let's say your week schedule is jam-packed with things that you have to do that are recurring tasks, okay? It's very hard to add more things, because you have to add things to scale. That's just how fucking things work. Like, you can't add new things to your service list. You can't add more ideas and things like that without something. If you want to make your business better, normally you have to improve it in some way, or by process of addition. And it's very hard to do that when you have, like, 50 tasks a week or something like that you have to complete recurringly, and it's taking all your time. I know this for a fact because this is the situation that we were in. It was like too fast of scaling, and then it was too many things at one time. It's like, well, I can't do the other shit because I'm doing this stuff all the time. It's a fucking terrible situation. Now you may say, well, that's why you scale. It's like you have to, like, you're doing all of these things, and in order to scale, if you want the luxury of scaling, you have to work harder. Like, you got to work extra hours or whatever. And I get that. I'm not fucking adverse to work. I'm just saying I'd like to try to do it as, kind of as smartly as possible, and try to make, as much use as my time, and not kill myself and not burn out doing these things, because, there's a lot of shit. So I don't know. I'm doing my best. I'm very happy with the progress that we're making, honestly. I'm happy with the connections that we're making. I'm happy with the content we're putting out. I'm happy with all this stuff. We're making strides towards making money. Like, truthfully, like we are starting to actually have tangible thoughts and pieces start to come into line, in a sense where we could absolutely start making good revenue from some of these things. And, at the end of the day, that is a very important part, and something that is not at all, it's business. You have to fucking make money, but I don't ever want it to be the driving force. I just, like, my goal is to just make enough to survive, like moving out of my parents' house and just living modestly, and then get to that plateau, and then, continue to move up from there. So that's the first goal. We have a lot of goals here that we're trying to achieve, and I know we're working towards them. So every night, I enjoy coming on here, and I enjoy updating you guys on it. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. I appreciate the support. And as always, if there's anything that I can do to help you, I have been getting like I said, I've been getting a decent amount of people here and there that, like, see the shit and they're somewhat interested, and they ask questions, and they're into it, and I'm really enjoying that. Truthfully, like, I'm really loving the personal, like, one-to-one things where it's like, oh, you're doing this, I am interested in doing that, can you help me, type of thing. I love that sort of stuff. I need to get better. Honest to God, I need to get better at doing it proactively, because I have a fuck ton of ideas. Like I said, like, the simplest one is the podcasting equipment. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I am just making excuses or something to not do these videos. And I got a lot, and I need to do them because they're very valuable. I know they are. So very soon, hopefully, it's just more fucking editing that I have to do. But yeah, so we're working, figuring stuff out. We're learning, we're experiencing, we're progressing. It's great. As always, guys, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And again, any questions, anything like that, do not hesitate to ask. Be more than happy to help. But with that, thank you so much. And we'll talk